Okay, so I will request to everyone, please start your packet tracer. And today I am going to discuss on a new experiment, or this experiment is related to all the upcoming experiment, or I have not mentioned this experiment in the experiment list, but I want to share this thing with all of you. The reason is that if you will comfortable in this experiment, and all the basic concept will be clear related to this concept, then it will be very easy upcoming experiment you can perform easily. Okay, so as per our last discussion and last lab, I am considering this. We have completed the introduction, first experiment, then we have completed the demonstration of the networking command, then we have completed the implementation of different lane topologies. Or in the last lab, I think Shubham, can you confirm we have completed the HTTP server configuration? Yes, Shubham, Ashish, Sunny,
Sir, up to 5 done, sir.
up to 5 done now. Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay.
5 also done.
Not. We have not completed five.
Sir, we
Five.
have discussed that approach, sir. Recursive and iterative.
No, I'm just saying. First, you have to just say me. We have completed HTTP server.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. And one experiment I have explained in the class. So that was the 5 implementation of concept of VLAN. It's on experiment number 9. So yeah, 5 experiments are completed. You are right, Ashish. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So now today we are going to discuss. Uh, Actually, this list, or I have uploaded this list, or in this list we have 13 experiment. So first to 4 I have completed, and one experiment number 9 I have also completed. Now today we are going to discuss on the experiment number 6, but it's in an or list, it's on a 5. Okay, so the experiment number 5 is configure or configuration of the DNS server with the recursive and iterative approach into the packet tracer. So before we are going to discuss on the DNS, I have explained the recursive and iterative approach. So if we are discussing on this point and related to this DNS, so I'm just trying to my all the students should be very comfortable with the all concept related to the network, because sometimes we use some concept in the DNS, or that concepts are related to the basics. Okay, so that's why I today I'm going to discuss, or you can consider today I'm going to explain you experiment, we can say the extra experiment related to the DHCP, that we call the dynamic host configuration protocol. So if you will be comfortable in this DHCP host configuration protocol, then you will be very comfortable to execute all other experiments which we are going to discuss later. So anyone can tell me about this DHCP? Are you getting my point what I am doing today? Yes, Sunny. Yes, Ashish. Rohit, are you getting my point? What I am doing today? Regina, Sarika. Yes, please reply. Yeah, Shubham, are you getting my point? Just wait, I am going to start my packet tracer. Yesterday I was working on that, so it may be some. Okay, so I think it will be clear to everyone. Now I just want to know, what do you understand by the HDHCP? Anyone can tell me? It's a very important concept of the network. First, we are going to discuss on the DHCP. Then I am going to explain subnet. Okay, yeah, very nice. Configuration. ASIS dynamic host configuration protocol, not control. Okay, yeah. Uh, Subnet mask. Anyone know about subnet mask? Default gateway. Yes, I am mentioning this some concept related to the network into the chat box. So anyone if know about this, then you can just tell me. Okay, subnet mask, default gateway. Yes. Very nice. For those who are not comfortable with these things which I have mentioned in the chat box, so they can also mention the comment, ki, sir, we are not comfortable with this all things. Yeah. Okay, it may be some student will be very comfortable, some student will not comfortable. So we are considering all of you, Shubham, Sarika, Ashish. Yeah. Okay. So dear all, let's start our today's discussion. So before going to discuss on the DNS server or recursive and iterative approach of the server, I just want to explain some basic concept related to the network, how we configure the IP, how we implement the DHCP, how we implement the subnet mask, and what is the mean of this all default gateway and this. So in this process, I was asking one question, DHCP, that we call the dynamic host configuration protocol. How it's work, what is the main responsibility of this protocol, I'm going to explain. Then I was going to ask about the subnet mask. So what is the mean of this subnet mask? I am also going to explain the default gateway. It's an address of the physical type. Okay, Ravi is mentioning IP, subnet mask used for the IP. All devices on a one network have a same half IP address and only one can be changed with the subnet mask. Okay, IP address given by the device. Sir, how subnet mask is related to the IP? Okay, no problem. But what about Rizina, Rohit, Sampana, Sarika, Shubham, how much you know about this DHCP? Please involve in this lab, because I'm spending this lab on an extra concept, and I expect my all students should be comfortable with this. Yeah, please reply if you are comfortable.
Sir, DSP mean like the IP configuration assigned by the network.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, Sunny assigning by.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, Shubham. Yes, please tell.
What is the syllabus of mid-sem?
Shubham, syllabus of mid-sem.
What is the syllabus?
Yeah, first and second unit
Yes,
completely.
sir.
First and second unit complete, and in the third unit till TCP/IP. Okay, are you getting my point? Yeah. Now concentrate on this concept, Shubham, because this concept is very important concept. And if you will be comfortable in this, then no one can beat you. Ki, okay, you are not aware about the network and all the experiment which we are going to implement in the next lab. Okay. So I will request to all of you, please concentrate, please be attentive and understand. And I am also expecting 100% involvement from your side. If any question, then please unmute your mic and you can ask me. Okay. Yeah, I am requesting to all of you, Rohit, Sampana, Sandesh. So first I am going to start the things with the IP address. If my packet tracer and screen is visible to all of you, then you can just see me what I am doing. I am going to select, okay, I am explaining this all concept with one example. You have to just see, you have to not create this thing. I will tell you when you have to create this. Okay. Now you can just consider this. I have this 5 computers or five end devices. Now I have briefly explained ki why we use the switches. Okay, so we generally use the switch when we are trying to connect this devices in a local area network, and when we are trying to implement the layer 2 type of networking. Okay, so I have already mentioned ki what is the mean of this layer 2 type of networking. Layer 2 type of networking. So till this point, we have not need of any kind of IP address and all things related to that. Okay, so we can say it's our local area network. But when I am trying to present this local area network to the external world, or when I am trying to connect these things with the external world, so that time we have requirement of a router, or we call a intelligent device or a logical device. Okay, we can say that this switch is not that much intelligent, it can define the external world, but when we just use the router, so it can just define the things in an intelligent way. Okay, so that's why we use the router. Or I have already explained ki what is the mean of this router, what it does. Okay, just wait. Okay, so now we have requirement of IP address, or why we have requirement of the IP address. So first we are going to understand what is IP address. So this IP address is a unique IP address or 32-bit address that we call the Internet Protocol address. So what is the mean of this IP address? This IP address is going to define each and every device which is going to play the role into the internet as a unique ID. Or it's not a unique ID only for a small network, but it's unique ID for all over the world. So if you want to consider, or if you are just going to start the things first time, so I will just say ki IP address is a unique address in a global level. If I am saying ki I am accessing the internet and I am talking about my IP address, so my IP address will be unique. No other IP address will be like this in the world. Or when someone is going to identify me, so they can identify in the internet through my IP address. So I think it will be clear to everyone. Can you repeat the second? Yeah. Can you repeat again second layer networking? Okay. Rohit, uh, we we discuss on the TCP IP model on a different layer. So two layer, physical layer and data link layer. This layer are responsible for the implementation of local area network, or when we are trying to exchange something in a network that is not connected to the external world, okay, or that is not connected to the internet. So that time we can also implement the networking between the devices, that we call the lane. So the implementation of lane and the concept of layer 2 type of networking, that we call the layer 2. Is it clear? And when we just start the things with the layer 3, that we call the network layer, so it's going to connect the system to the external world, or it's going to connect the system with a wide area network and metropolitan area network. So please keep these two things in your mind. Layer 2 type of networking, it's depend on the data link layer, or it's not going to use any kind of logical address, it's working on a physical address and MAC address. Is it clear, Rohit? I think it will be clear now. Yeah. Okay. Now this layer 2 type of networking was just like this. These 5 PCs are going to connect with this switch, and we are just going to exchange the information from this PC to this PC through the switch. But when I just want to connect this local area network with the external world, so that time we are going to use one intelligent device that we are saying the router. Okay. Now when you will just check, or you will put your cursor on this switch, so you will check the port numbers 24 are available here. In the second line, you can check the link. On the next, you can check the IP address. So it's not required, but last option is MAC address. So every port have a MAC address, and it's going to assign through this switch, or it will work in the network. So you can just check in the MAC address at the last. Okay. But when I'm trying to put my cursor on this router, so you will check the IP address is required, IPv6 address. So both version, any version you are going to select, so that's going to set here, and the MAC address will also come into the picture. Okay. So you should consider, or you should understand this, कि when we are trying to use the router, so that we call the layer 3 type of networking. Okay. Why we are saying the layer 3 type of networking? Because network layer is going to involve in this, and we are considering this thing on the router. Okay. So also consider this example with this, कि when we are talking in the class, so it was just like कि layer 2 type of networking was comfortable. But when I want to represent my student of the TC3 to the external world, so I have to define the name of those students through the external world. कि no number of Shubham may be in a world, number of Sunny may be in the world, number of Ashish may be in the world. So I just want to recognize every my Shubham, my Ashish, this all peoples with a layer 3 or unique address. So that we are using the address that we call the IP address. Okay. So is it clear what is the mean of this IP address? Okay. Okay. Now it is not possible. We have just defined a concept or a structure of IP address on a global level. So we have decided that everyone should just use the IP address of 32 bits. Okay. All over the world is going to use the IP address of 32 bits, and we have divided two versions of this. One version is IPv4, okay, and second is IPv6. Is it clear? This IP address should be 32-bit IP address. So first we have started the things with IPv4. So my IPv4 address, okay, IPv4 address was 32-bit. And next we have started IPv6 version, second version of IP address. So it's now 128 bit. Are you getting my point? We have just defined a global level structure of the IP address. So the global level structure of the IP address was started with the IPv4 model and IPv6 model. So IPv4 model is the older model, or in this older model or mode, we were trying to use the IP address or define the IP address into 32 bits. Okay. And how we were defining this 32 bits? By the dotted example. Okay. So suppose one bit is 0. Okay. 4 bytes we were defining like this. 0.0.0.0. We were just trying to define bifurcate this 32 bits. So now you can just understand, if 32 bit is divided by 8, so how many bytes will be there? 4. So we are just trying to define this 8 bits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 by dot. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 by dot. Are you getting my point? Unique 32-bit address, or we have just bifurcated it's by 4 dots. And in a single dot, we were just considering 1 byte. That means 8 binary numbers. So that address we call the 32-bit IPv4 type of IP address. Is it clear to everyone? Next time, if I am saying I am using a IP address of IPv4 and it's a 32-bit IP address, that means how we are representing that IP address. So we are just going to represent that IP address in that way. Is it clear to everyone? Please ask me if anyone have any doubt. Rizina, is it clear? Sarika? Yes. Okay. Because this addressing concept should be clear, then you will be comfortable. Okay. Yes, so for the concept, an IPv address is a 32-bit address. The IP address are unique, universal. Okay, universal, unique. Dotted decimal notation. So we always represent the IPv4 in this format. 4 bytes we are going to represent, like 128 is 1 byte, 11 is 1 byte, 3 is 1 byte, 20, 31 is 1 byte. And when we are just trying to convert these bytes into the digit binary, so it will just convert like this. Okay, so that is the mean of this IP address, 32-bit. Now we are coming on the bifurcation. Please understand, if I was trying, I am starting the format of IPv0.0.0.1, or suppose I am starting with 1.0.0.0 like this. So how many IP addresses we can create? It's possible till the 32 bits. How many bits or how binary representations we can do. So it will just if you are going to understand, so it may be the combinations. Okay, or we can say the probability, how many probabilities will come to convert this. So it can be like 1.2.3.4 also, and it can be like 2.3.4.6 also. So each number should be unique. But how many combinations can come here? So is it possible that this all combinations can care about the world, and then we can just understand the network? Shubham, are you getting my point? If we have fixed a structure, it should be 32-bit, and we are going to bifurcate those bits through the dots. So how many options we can't provide to all over the world? in this range, and you can just understand how many devices are going to increase day by day. So it was not possible, and it will be very complex to everyone is uh, trying to create on IP address, and it should be unique in the world. So that's why we have prepared a classification of this IP address. Are you getting my point, Regina? First 32-bit address, 4 bits, that we call the IPv4. So we have just classified this by a classing of the address. So if someone is going to ask you what are the classes of IP address, then you can just say in the classful addressing, the concept of classful address come into the picture. So what is the mean of this classful address? Ki everyone cannot on decide the class ki okay we are following this. So you can just understand all over the world how we can define the classes to people. So we have just defined the things of classes also in a global or a unique way. So the classes are going to define in the class addressing. The address space is divided into 5 classes. Now the 5 classes of the IPv4 are A, B, C, D, E. Okay. So I always say ki we are using the class C type of IP address. So all of you concentrate on this IPv4. IPv4 5 classes A, B, C, D, and E. Anyone can give me the reason, Sandesh, why we have divided these classes? I have explained the reason. Yes, Shubham, can you give me the reason why we are dividing these classes? Yes, please, anyone who can unmute the mic and tell me about the Sunny. Can you tell me why we have divided these classes? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you tell me why we have bifurcated this IPv4 32-bit address in different classes? I was explaining the reason.
Sir, for better use of IP addresses, like class A IP addresses are assigned for governmental or a high profile companies. Then class B is again given to the bigger companies. Class C is given to the small medium companies. Like this way, it is divided.
Okay, Sunny. I just want to explain this concept with a real life example. Network issue not getting the okay, no problem, Shubham. If I have 10 number, okay, 0 to 9, and I am saying ki you have to prepare the combination of 2 numbers. Like you can prepare 27, like you can prepare 72, like you can prepare 68, like you can prepare 16. So I have 10 number, or you can only prepare the combination of 2 numbers. So you can just I think in 12th class all of you have completed the probability. So we have numbers like 9 numbers, then how many probabilities of generation of the 12 numbers. So it may be multiplied by 9, or we can just say we have combinations of 81. So we can just generate 81 combinations. Or if I am saying ki I have one, I am giving 2 number 1 and 2, and you have to prepare the combinations. So you will say ki sir I can prepare one combination of 1.1 and one combination can 2.1. Iske rather than this no combination is coming into the market. With this 2 bits you can just try to this 2 different combinations. But when we have just number like 1.2.4.6, so how many combinations we can prepare? But the requirement of IP address, you can't understand ki what is the requirement in the world, because everyone expecting the IP address. So that's why we have divided this thing in the range or in the class. So we have divided this 5 classes A, B, C, D, E. Now it's globally divided. So now you can just understand what is the mean of this class is. Okay, so the mean of this class is like this. Class A, first bit, just wait, you have to understand from here. Yeah, we have divided this class to classify the IP address. If first bit is 0 to 127, one range, if the first byte, sorry, if the first byte is 0 to 127, so all the addresses will come in the range of class A. Are you getting my point? 0 से लेके 127 तक के जो भी नंबर से वो यदि आ रहे हैं फर्स्ट बाइट पे, so we are considering or we are representing it's in a class A IP address. So now you can consider how many combinations will be generated here. In the B, we have divided the range from 128 to 191. Okay, if the first number or first byte is coming in the range of 128 to 191, so we will consider it's a class B type of IP address. And I always use keep from the range of 192 to 223. So I always say 192.168.1.1. So I always say ki it's a class C type of IP address. So from the 192 to 223, we have reserved or decide for the class C type of IP address. Then we have also decided 224 to 239. Okay, 224 to 239 for the class D type of IP address. And in the end, we have decided the class E 240 to 255. So when the first bit, you can just say when the first byte of the IP address, suppose 4 parts, first byte, second byte, third byte, and 4 byte of the 32 bit. So if the first byte is coming in this range, so we can identify it belongs to which class. Are you getting my point? I think it will be clear to everyone. Now please tell me if I am using the word, 5 or 4 on a first byte, so you will consider it belongs to which class? A. If I am using 129, then it's going to belong which class? B. If I am using 196, it's going to belong C. Very nice, very nice. Okay. If I am going to use 225, then it's going to belong D. Okay. Now everyone can just, you have to just keep this thing in your mind. Okay, I am typing 242. That means more than 240, it's going to belong to E. Is it clear to everyone? But most of the time we are focusing on 192. Okay, I will say the reason कि हम लोग इसी से start कर रहे हैं, or we can consider the C. Sometime some users are going to define from 0 to 127. So you can just consider कि okay, from 0 to 127 it's coming, then class A IP address. Okay, why we have divided this 5 classes? So I'm giving the reason. It's like that when I was trying this 2 combination 1.2, so I was getting only 1 to 2 1. Okay, now I am going to define this in a 5 classes. First class is A. So in the A, I can just find 1.2, or I can also find A 2.1. That means my options are going to increase. I can also try this B 1.2, and I can also try B.2. That's why we have followed. सारिका समझ में आ रहा है? या सारिका, रिजीना, रोहित, are you getting my point? Please reply. No, Ashish, I was trying to explain ki how many combinations we can just generate by these 2 points. कि मैं यार मान लीजिए मेरे पास 2 number है 1 and 2. So how many combinations I can use? I can implement the combination in a 1.2 or 2.1. Only 2 combinations. Third combinations you have available here. Third combinations, if we have only this, so we can just use the 1.1 or I can just use 2.2.
Okay, sir. So you are using 16 bits, right?
I'm not getting your voice. Yeah, Sunny is getting my point.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, we have IP address like 1.1.1.1, right? For 4
Yes.
numbers, 4 dot.
Yes.
We are using first two bits, right? First 2 number.
No,
1 dot
no,
1 is from
no.
exactly half of IP address, right?
Don't confuse. Okay,
No, sir.
just consider this thing. We have divided the 5 classes. Each IP address should contain 4 bytes, okay, and 32 bits. And in this 4 bytes and 32 bits combination, the range will be decided from this 0 to 27, 127, and this. Okay. Yes, Ashish. All over the world, we are going to follow it. Okay. Next, you will understand ki why we have divided this 4 bytes and how we are working on that. Now, if you will try to convert any number, so it can also identify by this. Ki first binary conversation. Ki if I am going to convert the first byte, so the binary number will just start from the 0. So we can say it's class A. When the first 2 number like 1 and 0, we can say the class B. We can say first 2 bits are 1 and third bit is 0, then we can say the class C. So this combinations also 1 in decimal, 1 in binary. Okay, if you are trying to identify the class through the binary, so you have to keep this thing in your point. And if you are trying to identify the class by the decimal, so you can just go through with the some example. Okay, like this. If all zeros are, so we are just going to consider ki it's an IP address of class A. If the first 4 bits are 1, then you can just consider it's going to belong to the class E. Are you getting my point? So when you will try any number, like one number is 3. Okay, so when you will convert this number, so this number will always come like this in the binary conversation: 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7 and 8. It will come like this. When I am going to try to convert 3 into the binary, so it will always come like this, and the first bit will always 0. So that is the representation. You can just understand how complex is. Okay, now if you are trying to represent, just wait. Please convert this in binary to 41. So when you will just convert this number into the binary, so it will always like this. That means the first 4 bits, okay, the first four bit will always come 1. So you can just say okay, it's in a binary class D IP address. Are you getting my point? Ashish, Shubham. So you can identify in the binary also, and you can identify in the decimal. So I will just suggest to everyone that most of the time we tried the things in a decimal. So we have to just classify our range through the decimal number. Okay, so you have to just remember this range. Now everyone can 0 to 127, A class A, 128 to 192, sorry 191, B 192 to C. Now please understand why we have bifurcated these 5 classes. Not only for the range, to define the things. Okay, so now we are trying to understand the classes. Okay, and please concentrate on these 2 example, net ID and host ID. Okay, By this slide, it will be clear to everyone. Yeah, please concentrate on this. In a class A, we have first byte out of 4 byte. First byte is going to represent the net ID. Okay, what is the mean of this net ID? We call the network ID. Okay, and remaining 3 bytes are going to define the host ID. Okay, in the class B, first 2 bytes, first byte and second byte are going to represent the net ID, and remaining 2 bytes are going to represent or define the host ID. But in the class C, most of the time we use this class C IP address. So the first 3 bytes are going to define the net ID, and last byte is going to define the host ID. In the class D, it's the multicast address. So at this time, I am not going in that much detail ki what is the mean of multicast and unicast and broadcast. So you have to just keep this thing in your mind. We use the class D for the multicast address, or when we are going to discuss on the class, when we are going to discuss on a 4th unit, so that time you will be comfortable with the mean of multicast. And class E we have reserved for the future use. कि जो भी bits class E में है, those bits we have reserved for the future enhancement. So now you can just consider in a IPv4 we have 32 bits and 4 bytes. So that 4 bytes are divided into a 5 classes, and the class A, B and C we are using to define the network ID and host ID. Now please understand the mean. Class A is defining the first byte for the network ID, and remain 3 we are going to use for the host ID. In the class B, 50-50, 2 bytes for the net ID and 2 bytes for the host ID. But in the class C, 3 bytes are going to define the host ID, and only one net ID, and only one last byte was going to define the host ID. Now you will be confused about net ID and host ID. So with this example. Okay. Is it clear to everyone ki how we have divided? In the class A, 1 byte for network ID and 3 was for host. Okay. In B, 2 for net and 2 for host. In C, B for net ID and 1 for host ID. Class A, B, C, D. D for the multicast. Or I am not going to discuss it on at this point. Okay, we are going to discuss it on later. In class E, reserve. So if you are going to understand this system, what is the classification of this IP address? So we have started with the 32-bit unique address, that we are saying the IPv4 version, 4 bytes, 32 bits, okay, 5 classes. Okay, now picture is coming. These classes are going to define on the basis of net ID and host ID. Is it clear? It's a summary of IP address, or we are only talking about the IPv4. Now what is the mean of this net ID and host ID? So please understand this thing by this example. Okay, if I am considering this router is part of only this network. Okay, and one more router is here. Okay, and this one more router is going to connect with the multiple devices like this. Okay, and these two networks are also connected with the third type of router. Okay, so now what combinations we have? First network is like this network. Second network is like this. Okay, this three, this PCs and all, and third network is depend on this router. Now, if I am sending something, okay, if I am sending or I am accessing something from this server, okay, please wait. I will also explain this thing with a real life example. So that's why I was saying ki if all of you will be comfortable, then you can understand the next level. Otherwise, you will not. Okay. So now I am considering this. It's my network first. Okay. We are saying the net ID 1. Okay. To this network, I am giving a net ID 1. Okay. It's my network second. Okay, and I am giving the network ID 2 to this network, and this router, when it will be connected with the another network, so I am giving the net ID 3. Are you getting my point? And this network is going to receive something from here, then it's going to deliver here, and then it's going to deliver here. So anything this PC are trying to access from the server, so it will try from this net. First it will come on the net ID 3, then it will come on the net ID 1, and then it will come on the net ID 2. That means network second का कोई PC कुछ भी access कर रहा है, anything trying to access from the server, so it will follow like this: 3 1 2 2. So this sequence will follow, and the packet will come to the network to this PC. Are you getting my point? If this PC is trying to access this server, so the packet will just come. First it will come to the network 3, then it will come to the network 2, network 1, and in the end it will come to the network 1. So that is the classification of the network. Are you getting my point? Shubham, is it clear? Okay, so that we call the net ID. Okay, yeah. Now, please understand, I know it will not clear in that way when I will explain with the network. Now I am trying to explain this thing with the real life example. So Ashish, please write your enrollment number in the chat box. Okay, I am also writing my enrollment number in the chat box of my engineering. Okay, 0805 041 0, okay, 0805 CS 041087. Yes, by this you will clearly understand. It's my enrollment number of my BTech. Okay, now if I am saying ki anyone is going to identify me in that university, so that university was RGPU. Okay, so if someone is going to identify ki who is this person, okay, or that university have 200 colleges, so in this network or in the network of this enrollment number, if someone is going to identify me, so first in this address 0805 is going to define the college code. Okay, college code. There was 200 college, so every college have a different code. So my college code was 0805. Okay, now this was going to define the batch CS. So it was a computer science. Okay, so you can just understand, first part was going to define my in my enrollment number, my college code. Second was defining my branch. Third code was going to define 04. Okay, so this was defining year of admission. Okay, that means I was admitted in that institute in 2004. So 04 was going to define that. Last 10, this number was defining that time 1000 student was admitted in that institute. So you can just if you don't go confused, then 187. This was just a college. In the college we have 1000 student, so I was one sorry, in the college suppose that time 2000 student, so I was 1087. Or you can just consider this 87 was representing 1 to 90. 90 was the intake of my batch, so I was 87 number of student. You can say in the class my roll number was 87. Are you getting my point? So this first 0805, it's college code. CS branch 0410, it's going to represent year, and last 87 was going to define the person in that class. So now this IP address is going to uniquely define me. Now Ashish, you can define your enrollment number, what your enrollment number is saying. You have to understand how they are, maybe, yeah. You can just define, you are in a 19 batch when you have take the admission in this institute. October, yeah. So that will be the uniqueness, or if you are just trying to understand, yeah, you are in a 19 batch, yeah. So that's why, yeah, that's why they are using this address in your 919, then the 001. So it may be the meaning ki how you are entering the university. So it's a unique ID of your university address. So that is the same thing. Some net ID. So in the IPv, some net ID is going to define the network ID. So by this example, it will be clear. When we were talking about the net ID, so first net ID is this, second net ID is this, third net ID is this. So all the three IDs are going to use to define the network, and the last field was going to define the host. So who is the host? So that combination, if three IDs are going to define, so we are considering this type of address, or when we are following this type of things, if 3 bits are going to represent the net ID, only last ID is going to represent the host. So that we are saying the class C. If 2 IDs are going to represent the net ID, so that we are saying. So I think all of you will be comfortable with this. What is the mean of this net ID and host ID? So किसी भी नेटवर्क के किसी भी आईपी एड्रेस में हम लोग यदि नेटवर्क आईडी को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं, so that is the part of net ID. And if we are representing the host by its number, so that we are saying the host ID. Is it clear? If anyone have any doubt, then you can ask me. This concept should be very clear to everyone. For the one more example, Shubham, can you tell me your IP address? What is your IP address at this time? Who is in the hostel? Sunny, tell me your IP address. Yeah, Sunny, please tell me your IP address if you are in a hostel. Yeah, those people who are in a hostel, they can just check the IP address. Yeah, so please understand by this example, Sunny is saying he is in hostel and his IP address is this. So now first everyone is going to tell me which type of IP address Sunny is. Class. First it's a IPv4 type of IP address. And tell me the class. So it's class C type of IP address. Now what class C type of IP address tell? Net ID dot net ID dot net ID, sorry, net ID dot host ID. It's a representation. Yeah, Sunny. Net ID dot net ID dot net ID dot host ID. So if we are talking about the IP address of Sunny 192, so it's going to represent one network. कि in the Marwadi premises we have one network और उसका जो ID है वो है 192. Then we have another network that we are saying the 162, and the third network we have 43. So these three IDs are going to represent the net ID of the Marwadi, and last is going to define the host ID. So Sunny is 142 numbers host in the network. Are you getting my point? Yeah, he is in wireless connection, so you should be see the wireless line of the line. Ashish, don't go on that level. Please understand, at this point we are going to define the things. Don't confuse. Okay? Yeah. You have to just understand concept. Is it clear? Rizina, Sarika, Shubham, Rohit. I think it will be clear to everyone. Yeah, Sandesh. Now next time I'm just writing 126.182.1.3. Tell me the class of this IP address. Everyone, please try. Mention the class. Yeah, I have mentioned one IPv4 IP address. So please mention the class. Other student, please involve in this. Okay. Now Rohit is going to tell me, yeah, if it's class A. Yeah, class A. Okay, very nice. So can you tell me how many net ID and host ID will be in this address? No, in this IP address, how many net ID and host ID is going to define? One is net ID and remain three are host ID. Okay, very nice, very nice. 132.156.56.78. Tell me the class. Yeah, all of you, please tell me the class. Class B. Very nice, very nice. What about other Ravi, Ashish? Yes. Regina, you are not replying. You are getting my point or not? you know, I have to explain this thing in a different way, but I am trying to explain because at this point, because most of the people's what they are doing, they are just performing the DNS and all, and they are trying. If you will not comfortable in the IP address, and I am always entering the IP address, then how you can understand the thing? That's what I am trying to explain at this point. Yeah, Rizina, Rohit, both, or yeah, Ravi, you are going to tell me if it's class B IP address, then please tell me how many net ID and host ID are in this IP address. Yeah, Rohit. Yeah. That means first two byte, 132 and 156. It's going to define the network ID. Okay. And last, yes. Sorry. Last two bytes are going to define the host ID. So I think it will be clear to everyone. Okay. Four classes. Please understand the meaning of subnet mask. Okay, so that was the main reason to explain the things, and I was explaining this thing at this point. Okay, so we are taking a break of 2 minutes. IP address is clear to everyone. If anyone have any doubt, we are only discussing on IPv4. Okay, we are not going to discuss on IPv6 at this time. IPv4 should be clear to everyone. If anyone have any doubt, then you can ask me. I'm just coming in 1 minute. Okay, sorry guys, attention please. Yes, so the first part is clear to everyone. I think now all the students are comfortable. When I'm using the class C type of IP address and 32-bit IP address and IPv4 concept, then you will be comfortable ki what is the mean of this. Okay. Is it clear to everyone? Okay, now I am giving the definition of subnet mask. Okay, it's one important concept. What is subnet mask? Okay, so if you are going to understand, or if you are comfortable with the IP address, then we are coming on the main point of the subnet mask. If we are defining a network or the host, okay, if we are defining the network, but okay, it will be confusing if I'm just giving with the example also. Okay, and yes, please understand the concept of subnet mask. It's my one network, okay, and its net ID. Yeah, please focus here. It's my one network, or its net ID is going to define by this IP address 192.168.1.0. Okay, everyone please understand, it's my one network, or in this network the network ID is going to define by this 192.168.1.1. If anyone is going to identify my whole network outside the world, so it's going to identify by this net ID. Okay, now I have divided number of small network also for my conveniency and for my to reduce the complexity of my network. So I have just wait, I have also bifurcated, it's in a small network. जो एक्चुअल मेरा नेटवर्क था उस नेटवर्क को मैंने और बाइफरगेट किया सम स्मॉल नेटवर्क इन माय प्रीमाइसेस. ओके, now for the net ID for this is like this. Please understand, 192, okay, sorry, 192.168 dot first 1.1, so it's 2.0. okay, next is 3.0, or next is 4.0. So I think this concept will be clear. Ki someone is going to ask me ki what is the exact net ID of your system. So I will say the 192.168.1.1. So it's main ID. And the sub network IDs are going to start with one subnet, that we are saying the 2, one subnet we are saying the 3, and one subnet we are saying the 4. Are you getting my point? When I am dividing my main network in a sub network for the better identification, so I'm using this type of subnetting concept. Is it clear to everyone?
सर हम 1.0 को ये बता सकते हैं कि वो डिफॉल्ट गेटवे है बाकी सब के लिए.
Yeah, I will explain, Sunny, ki I am just explaining the concept of subnet mask. Later we are coming on the main points, default gateway. Okay, yeah, at this time it will be clear to everyone ki if I am just going to subnet this network, so we can say the network 2.0, 3.0 and 4.0. Now please understand, in this 2.0 I have 50 computers or 50 hosts. So what can happen like this? 2.50, okay, one number can be here 2.50. Yeah, sorry, I'm using this pen. Okay, yeah, so one number can be like this 2.50, another number of a system can be 2.47. Okay, or same 50 computers are here, so we can say 3.47, 3.50. Okay, here I can say 3.47, or we can say 4.7, or we can say 4.50. Now you can just consider, when I am dividing the subnet mask, so I have a probability of 50 different 50 different address I can assign here, 50 I can assign here, or 50 I can assign here. So if I was trying to follow the same thing, I was not subnetting my network, so I have only option key. I can just divide 1 point till 50. Okay, so I have a I have an option for to assign only 50. But when I am trying to follow the subnetting of concept, so now I have a 200 address available. Are you getting my point? So that is the concept of subnet. Is it clear to everyone? Yeah, now every address will be different, or I have option of 200 addresses in my network. So now you can just understand this thing by a real life example. If 1000 students are admitted in a single year in a computer science, and I am just going to divide this 1000 students in 10 sections. So each section I am going to assign. So how many options I have? 10 into 100. I'm assigning this number. In a 1000 student in a college in a single year, I am giving one class 100 student. So how many? Class number 2, another 100 students. Okay, so the system is not that much complex. I am talking about the 99 number student. I'm going to talk about the 299. 2 में 99 कौन है? Is it clear? So that is the subnet mask. Rizina, Rohit, Ashish, is it clear what is the subnet masking? Yeah, please tell me what is the subnet mask. Is it clear? Okay, okay. Now we have divided
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, how subnet mask working, sir?
What? Ravi, I am not getting your voice properly. Please say.
Hello, sir. Now are you getting?
Yeah, now I am getting.
Sir, how subnet mask is useful? Like suppose when I am sending any data in another device, then how it will work on that time?
Okay. I am coming on that point, Ravi. At this time, is it clear for the why we are trying to implement the subnet mask? To get more
Yeah, sir.
option.
Now clear.
Okay. First we have classified in the class. Now we are trying to define to get the more classes. So we are just reducing the complexity. Okay. So we have. Now we are
Okay.
coming. Yeah. Now we are coming on the point. Very simple example. The hierarchy concept in the telephone number. So its connection number, its exchange number, and its area code. So now you can understand, if some call is coming into the Airtel and area is going to identify, then exchange is going to identify, then it will be easy to identify the connection. So that's why we are using. Are you getting my point, Ravi? If we are just bifurcating the things, so I want to send something in India, so I have to just find out the area of India. Then I have find the exchange. So we are going in a district, then we are going in a village, and in the last we can identify the person who is that. Are you getting my point? So that's why we are following the things in the subnet. Yeah, by this network, it will be clear to everyone. A network with 3 level of the hierarchy or subnetted. Okay. So this whole network is going to represent outside the world. Just wait. By a router R1, or the address of router R1 is, yes, please concentrate on this. This all thing is one network. Okay. Or you can consider it's a Marwadi premises network. हमारे जो मारवाड़ी कॉलेज का नेटवर्क है, दिस नेटवर्क. एंड फ्रॉम द एक्सटर्नल वर्ल्ड, और आई एम सेइंग कि फ्रॉम द आउटसाइड, सपोज एयरटेल इज प्रोवाइडिंग द नेट इनटू द मारवाड़ी कैंपस. ओके, वी आर पेइंग टू द एयरटेल. सो एयरटेल इज गोइंग टू आइडेंटिफाई दिस नेटवर्क through this router. First network is coming on this router. Okay, router R1. So the address, or we are saying the default gateway concept. That means हमारे नेटवर्क में इंटरनेट के इंटर होने का जो राउटर है, that router, or we are saying the default gateway, only a one gateway, that is our ICT department. Okay. So the network is only coming, or the internet is only coming through this ICT router, or that router IP, we are saying the default gateway IP. Is it clear? So one more new concept, that we are saying the default gateway. Anyone have any doubt at this point? The default gateway, how the internet is entering in the Marwadi local area network.
Sir.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, Ravi.
Sir, every gateway has a different address, right? In this circuit.
What, Ravi? I am not getting your question. Please.
Sir, here are in this circuit there are many gateway, right, sir? So every gateway has different address, right?
Ravi, first you have to understand what I am explaining. You are just going in a next level, or I am trying to explain that thing. First, consider Marwadi local premises. Okay. In the Marwadi local premises, we are defining this, and how the internet is entering in this Marwadi local premises. So one router in the ICT department, or you can just understand where you just enter for the static IP. So that router is, or that person is going to receive the internet. So that we are saying the default gateway. Now, if 5 institutes are in the Rajkot and they are going to receive the internet from the Airtel, so the 5 default gateway will be different for those 5 institutes. Is it clear? Yeah, Ravi, is it clear? Yeah, Sunny, we are coming on the next 1,000 devices may be working in this campus. So the 1,000, for the 1,000 devices, a single gateway will be there. Is it clear? Yes, Sunny, that things I am going to explain. Yeah, Ravi, I think it will be clear. Suppose we are talking about the 5 institutes. So 5 institutes have a different default gateway. So you have to just consider from which point the internet is coming into the campus. So we are going to receive the internet through a specific IP. So that IP, we are saying the default gateway IP. Is it clear? Yeah, I think everyone, it will be clear. Yeah. Now, if we are saying this is a default gateway, that is the DG. Okay. Now, I have explained the IP, then we have discussed on the DG. Now, by this DG, we have bifurcated 4 subnets. So one subnet is, you can just consider for the example, it's A wing hostel. Okay. It's B wing hostel. Okay. And it's C wing hostel, or it's my main building. Okay. So the network admin have divided this 4 subnet, and in this 4 subnet, the default gateway will be common. because the first internet is coming through the router R1. Now the subnet are going to define. So one subnet we are doing with the hostel A wing, or in this hostel A wing, I am just going to assign the number from the 01 to 256. That means 0 to 256, I can assign the IP addresses. Okay, in this you can just check. I am going to start the subnetting from the 61 to 256. I am in this C class, I am going to define 192 to 256. And in the main building, I am going to define the network from 128 to 2. Now, in the 4 network, if you are going to consider or understand the subnet masking, so it will be like this. Okay, just wait. For this, if I am going to find the this hostel, so the network ID will be start from 0 to 256. Okay, sorry, 254. For this, I can identify 64.256. So it will start from the 0, okay, 0 to 260. For this, I can identify 192.254. Okay, here I can identify 128.256. Sorry, 254. So you can just understand 0 is one network, 0 is going to define one subnet, 64 is going to define one subnet, and 192 is going to define one subnet, and 128 is going to define one subnet. But for all the network, for all the subnet, the default gateway is common. Okay, so you can just consider 141.14, and the subnetting will just come at this point. So the default gateway will be common. Is it clear? Now you can just understand how many IP addresses we can allocate in the small area when we are following the subnet masking. Is it clear? Yes, Sunny, Ashish, Ravi, is it clear? Ravi? Yeah. Sarika? Yes. So the main objective of, if subnet mask is clear, default gateway is clear, and we can say IP address is clear. So we are talking the two procedure of IP address allocations. First is static, second is dynamic. So every network admin decide the IP address on the basis of static procedure or on the basis of dynamic procedure. So if we are trying to allocate this all IP address into the campus through the static, so it will be very complex. 10 डिवाइस 10 मशीन्स के लिए ये कंफर्टेबल होगा. मैं आपको कहूं कि एक स्मॉल नेटवर्क में आपको 10 आईपी एड्रेसेस अलोकेट करना है, सो ये आपके लिए कंफर्टेबल होगा कि आप यूनिकली 10 आईपी एड्रेसेस अलोकेट कर सकते हैं. लेकिन उसी नेटवर्क में मैं आपको कहूं कि 1000 यूनिक आईपी एड्रेस अलोकेट करना है, सो इट विल बी वेरी कॉम्प्लेक्स. Are you getting my point? In the static, it's possible at the small network, but when we are talking about the 1000 and 500 and 200, so each machine to provide a unique address, it will be very complicated. You will say, "Ki, sir, I have started the range from 192.168.1.0, and this range is going to the 192.168.1.500." So it will be very complex when you are assigning the 500 addresses to. So that's why we are following the dynamic way. This dynamic way is going to control by DHCP. So अभी तक हम लोग जो perform कर रहे थे, that way was static. I was saying कि you can just assign and configure the IP address on the machines of your network. So we are trying to enter the IP address like this. 192.168.11, and we are just assigning that things on the packet tracer. So that was the procedure of static. And now I am going to explain the procedure or protocol that we are saying, the dynamic protocol, or that protocol is predefined it, or it's going to follow the unique IP address implementation that we call the DHCP protocol. Is it clear to everyone? Yes. Anyone have any doubt? Yes. Sunny, you will understand this thing. Okay. DHCP we call the dynamic host configuration protocol. If I am trying to assign as a network admin, I am trying to assign the IP addresses to the 10 PCs. So I can try the 10 unique combination. But when I am trying to assign the IP address to 500 PCs, so how I can manage the uniqueness into the 500 systems? So the static way was like for the 10 PCs, or it was comfortable for the 10 PCs. But when I am trying to assign the 500, so we have implemented a system that we are saying the dynamic host control protocol, or sorry, configuration protocol. Is it clear, Sunny? So हर सिस्टम पे एक यूनिक आईपी एड्रेस अलोकेट करने के लिए हम लोग DHCP प्रोटोकॉल फॉलो करते हैं, or it's a inbuilt system into the router, or that we call the DHCP server. Is it clear, Sunny? Yeah, Ravi, Sarika.
Yes, sir, clear.
Okay. Now please understand ki how you can implement this thing. That is the important, and that is the summary of today's lab session. Just wait. I don't know why it's not going. Okay, so please attention. I'm going to explain this thing with a very, we have only 10-15 minutes. So I'm trying to explain this thing. In next step, please remember these all concepts. Okay. Yes. Now concentrate on this. Okay. Yes. I have this 4 systems. Okay. In my network, I have these 4 systems. These 4 systems are connected with one switch, and these 4 systems are connected with one router. Okay. Now I'm going to follow the auto connection. Okay. So I am just going to follow the auto connection. So now you can check, or I think someone was asking, sir, what is layer 2? So at this level, my connection is going to work in the layer 2, and I can just try to share something between these 2 PCs. Okay. Sorry. All the connections are in a positive state, or you can just check the connections are working properly. Okay, so that we call the layer 2 type of networking, or we can exchange the information from one to another. Okay, now if we are trying to add, okay, if we are trying to add the router, or we are trying to connect for the external world, so you will check this router is going to connect with this switch, but it's not in a positive state. Okay, so the when we are connected to the router, or when we are connected to the external world, for the better execution of this network, I want to assign the IP. So earlier हम लोगों ने क्या किया कि we have assigned the IP to every system in a static way. We went here in a desktop IP configuration, and we have decided the static protocol, or here was a one dynamic protocol procedure. So we have just assigned the static, and we have assigned the static IP 192.168. So that was the way of static. But now when we just want to try to add the IP address in a dynamic key, we are not trying to assign the IP, this system is going to assign. So we are trying to implement the DHCP configuration. So terminal, sorry. Yes, now you can just take enable. At this time, I'm just going to explain. We are trying to understand it's in the next lab. So concept should be clear to everyone. Okay. Or in the next lab, we are going to perform it. First, config. Okay. Now in a config interface, fast Ethernet 0/. Yes, everyone can just see the connection interface is 0/0 through this router. So I'm just going to connect fast Ethernet 0/0. Okay. Now I'm assigning the IP address 192.168.1.0 255.255.255.0. Okay, it's going to show. Okay, 1.1. I'm going to start from this 1.1. Okay, now I'm just writing a command, no shut down. Now you can just check this link is going to active, or you can just consider I have decided one default gateway ID. Is it clear? So what is the mean of default gateway ID? So for this network, for this switch network, the default gateway ID is 192.168.1.1. Okay, so I was explaining the same concept. Now the external internet will come in this network through this IP. So I think the default gateway will be clear to everyone. Is it clear? मैंने कहा कि एक यूनिक आईडी जो नेटवर्क में इंटरनेट को इंटर करेगा. So that ID I have decided for this router, it's 192.168.1.1. Now you can just check the internet is coming inside the network, but I can't use that internet because we are not identifying each and every machines in a unique way. Is it clear? So what is the mean of default gateway and network ID? Is it clear for this network? What is the network ID? Yeah, please say Regina, Rohit, Sunny. Yeah. Ravi, is it clear what is the network ID? Yes. So all of you, please keep this all concept clear in the mind. If I am going to summarize today's session, so we have discussed IPv4, classes, range, default gateway, subnet mask, and we have implemented the default gateway concept, or that we call the net ID concept. In the next, I will explain the subnet mask and DHCP from this level. So this lab was very important. I think my all students are comfortable with this thing. In the next lab with the same diagram. Okay, I am going to save. What's your batch? TC P.
TC3 sir.
Batch कौन सा है रवि?
TC3 सर. डेट पूछ रहे हैं कि बैच?
Batch C B batch. Okay.
B batch सर.
Okay. TC3 B batch. So abhi, yeah, if we are going to talk about, so I have only explained the default gateway. Next we are going to follow the DHCP. We are going to implement the subnet. So this all concept I will show you in the packet tracer. So all of you please remember this thing, or I will also upload one material related to this, to define the IP, to define the subnet, to define the DHCP. Okay. So please keep this thing. If anyone have any doubt, then you can ask me. Shubham, Rizina, Sarika, is it clear? In the next lab, I will explain the configuration of DHCP. So it will be clear to everyone ki how just on a single click, 1,000 of systems can get a unique IP address. It will not like that we are assigning the unique IP address to every systems. Okay. Yes, if anyone have any doubt, then you can ask me. Okay, so thank you very much, dear all. But please keep remember this concept in your mind. In the next lab, we are going to implement this.